Well, I just got out of another class, and after checking all the emails, I need to speak about what people keep asking me about. Do you really think you've healed, or have you just learned how to protect your pain? You might want to listen to this message. 3 weeks ago, I went through an ending of a relationship with somebody I cared deeply about. And instead of running from the pain, instead of distracting myself, instead of blaming, I made a decision. I decided to study. I decided to learn. I decided to look deeper. I decided to start studying human behavior, the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, the heart, the ego, trauma, the relationships, and why we repeat patterns in our lives. And I wanted to understand something. Why do we push away love? Why do we why do we protect our pain? And why do we keep experiencing the same lessons with different people? And how do we truly heal? During this journey, I made a promise to myself. I was not going to spend my energy blaming. I was not going to spend my energy accusing. And I was not going to spend my energy trying to prove my side. I chose reflection. I chose growth. And I chose peace. And I chose purpose. Because this message is not about pointing fingers. This message is about holding up a mirror. And the first person I had to hold that mirror up to was myself. Because sometimes the biggest battles we fight they're inside of our own mind. Our conscious mind says, I want to love, I want peace, I want happiness. But our subconscious mind can carry old fears, old experiences, old beliefs, and old stories we created to protect ourselves. And sometimes the story protecting us is the same story keeping us stuck. Sometimes we have to ask ourselves something. Is this the truth, or is this my pain speaking? Because healing is not what you announce. Healing is what your actions show, ladies and gentlemen. A healed person listens with their hearts, not only through their triggers. A healed person pauses. They reflect. They learn, applies the lesson, and becomes better. Healing doesn't mean you never get triggered at all. Healing means your triggers no longer control your choices. Sometimes we're not responding to today. Sometimes we're responding from yesterday or yesteryear or whatever. And when we do not recognize those wounds, we can make new people pay for our old wounds. So if you're constantly running away when things get difficult, if you avoid uncomfortable conversations, if everyone else is always the problem, if you are constantly pushing away people who truly love you, it may be time to ask yourself a question. What is life trying to teach you? Because life repeats lessons until we learn them. Different faces, there's a game going on right now. Different faces, different places, different situations, and but the same lesson. Sometimes the people closest to us trigger us the most because they are close enough to touch our wounds we hide from everyone else. And sometimes the person you push away is the person who sees you. That's the person who believes in you. And that is the person trying to love you. And you can lose one of the most powerful connections of your life. Not because love failed, but because the wound inside you, it won. So let's talk about validation real quick. Sometimes people are not searching for healing. They're searching for agreement. They take unresolved pain and project it onto friends, family, social media, acquaintances, and the world. But you need to ask yourself, am I trying to heal or am I trying to prove I am right? Because destroying somebody else does not heal you. Humiliating someone else does not heal you. And making someone else smaller does not make you bigger. Healing happens within. A healed person does not use wisdom to stand above others. They use wisdom to help others rise. They educate, they encourage, they inspire, they guide, and they do it with compassion, nourishment, not superiority. Because the moment your healing makes you believe you are better than someone else, that's not healing, ladies and gentlemen. That's your ego speaking. So here, the ego says something like, I'm always right. But your heart says, what can I learn? The ego also says, they need to change. But the heart says, how can I grow also? The ego wants to win. The heart wants to understand. And if this message is resonating with you right now, ask yourself this. Am I demanding things from others that I'm not practicing myself? Am I asking for honesty, but avoiding my own truth? Am I asking for accountability, but refusing accountability? And am I asking someone else to grow? Sorry about that. While believing I have nothing left to learn. Because healing requires alignment. Your words and your actions have to match. You cannot demand communication while refusing to communicate. You cannot demand respect while making other people feel small. And you cannot ask someone else to grow while you're refusing to look within yourself. When you cannot say, hey, I was wrong. I'm sorry about that. When you cannot say, I apologize. When you can't even apologize for something that you're wrong with. When everyone else always has to take the responsibility, this is not your heart leading. This is your ego protecting itself. Real strength is accountability, ladies and gentlemen. Real growth is humility. We're all students. We are all learning. The moment you believe you know everything in life that's when your growth stops. The strongest people on earth can admit, I still have work to do. And listen, I'm still learning. I'm still growing. I'm still healing every single day. The goal is not perfection. The goal is awareness. The goal is progress, energy, excitement, enthusiasm. It starts when you become sold on becoming the greatest version of yourself. Not better than someone else. Better than who you were yesterday. Because when the ego gets quiet, the heart gets loud. When your ego dies, the heart opens up. Open heart, open your heart. And when the heart opens, real healing begins. So stop running from your lessons. Stop defending your wounds and stop repeating your cycles. Choose accountability. Choose forgiveness. Choose growth. Choose love. Because your breakthrough is waiting on the other side of the pattern you finally decided to break. Rise up, ladies and gentlemen. Level up. Your past gave you lessons. Your future gives you possibilities. And your next chapter starts right now. My name is Sean Pig. If you're looking to grow, looking to heal, and looking to take your life to another level, follow me, join me, like, subscribe, comment. Put some comments down there. Tell me what you're dealing with. I just got off the phone counseling with a couple, and yesterday I spoke with them, and I mentioned something to the lady, and the lady was like, "Oh my gosh, you are absolutely right." And today I heard back from the couple, and I made her self-aware of what she was doing to him, and I also made him self-aware of what he was doing to her, and I probably saved their marriage. I love deeply. I'm passionate. I'm compassionate. But at the same time, I'm not going to be belittled, walked on, and squashed on while you continue to say that you are superior and know everything and think that you are on top of the world when you're actually at the bottom. Pray for everybody. God bless everybody. Leave comments, subscribe, like, do whatever. I got to get on the road, heading to Indiana. God bless everybody.